The Blue Mosque, also known as the Sultan Ahmed Mosque, is one of the most famous landmarks in Istanbul, Turkey. It was built between 1609 and 1616 during the rule of Sultan Ahmed I and is renowned for its stunning architecture and intricate tilework. A journey through time. My visit to the Blue Mosque. I had always dreamed of visiting Istanbul, a city where East meets West, where history and culture intertwine like the patterns of ancient Ottoman tiles. When my plane touched down at Istanbul Airport, my heart pounded with excitement. This was a place of empires, sultans, and architectural marvels, none more iconic than the Blue Mosque. A walk through Sultanahmet. First glimpse of the Blue Mosque. It was a crisp autumn morning when I set out for Sultanahmet Square, the heart of Istanbul's historical district. As I strolled through the cobbled streets, the city whispered stories of its glorious past. The scent of freshly baked simit, Turkish sesame bread, filled the air, and the calls of street vendors offering Turkish tea and baklava made the experience even more authentic. Then, as I turned a corner, I saw it, the Blue Mosque, standing in all its majesty. Its 6 slender minarets reached towards the sky, and its cascading domes gleamed in the morning sunlight. I paused for a moment, mesmerized by its sheer size and beauty. Built in the early 17th century during the reign of Sultan Ahmed I, the mosque is one of the greatest masterpieces of Ottoman architecture. Designed by the renowned architect Sedefkar Memdaga, it was meant to rival the Hagia Sophia, which stood just opposite it. Today, the two structures exist side by side, symbols of Istanbul's layered history. Stepping inside, the beauty of the interior. As I approached the grand entrance, I noticed a chain hanging at the doorway. The guide explained that this was an ancient custom Sultan Ahmed I used to enter the mosque on horseback, and the chain forced him to bow his head in humility. Even the most powerful rulers had to show respect in the house of God. Removing my shoes and covering my head with a scarf, I stepped inside. Instantly, I was transported to another world. The vast prayer hall stretched before me, its towering dome adorned with intricate floral motifs and golden Arabic calligraphy. The atmosphere was peaceful, almost otherworldly. Then I looked around and saw what made this mosque famous, the Iznik tiles. Over 20,000 hand-painted blue ceramic tiles covered the walls, each one uniquely crafted with floral and geometric designs. The shades of blue, turquoise, and white reflected the sunlight streaming in through more than 200 stained glass windows, casting a soft glow across the hall. It felt like standing inside a living painting. The mihrab, prayer niche, and minbar, pulpit, were carved from pure white marble, their fine details a testament to Ottoman craftsmanship. The chandeliers above, though modernized, still held ostrich eggs, a traditional feature used to keep insects away in ancient times. I watched as worshippers bowed in prayer, their whispers blending with the soft hum of history. Though many tourists were present, there was a profound sense of respect as everyone moved quietly, admiring the architectural splendor without disrupting its sanctity. The courtyard, a place of reflection. After spending time inside, I stepped into the courtyard, one of the largest in any Ottoman mosque. The marble flooring was cool beneath my feet, and the central ablution fountain stood elegantly beneath the open sky. The colonnaded walkways were lined with grand arches, each framing a picture-perfect view of the mosque. From this vantage point, I could see the massive central dome, supported by 4 colossal pillars, known as the elephant feet for their size. The symmetry of the structure was awe-inspiring. A guide approached and began sharing stories about the mosque's history. He explained how Sultan Ahmed I ordered its construction when he was just 19 years old. Unlike other sultans, who built mosques with spoils of war, Ahmed I financed this one from his own treasury, a bold and controversial decision at the time. The guide also pointed out the unique feature of 6 minarets. When the mosque was built, only the Grand Mosque in Mecca had 6 minarets, which caused some controversy. To resolve the issue, Sultan Ahmed I ordered the addition of a 7th minaret in Mecca, ensuring that his mosque would not outshine the holiest site in Islam. Sunset and the call to prayer. As the afternoon faded into evening, the sky above Istanbul turned shades of orange, pink, and deep purple. I found a quiet bench in the square, taking in the breathtaking view of the mosque as the golden hour bathed its domes in warm light. Then, the adhan, call to prayer, rang out. The voice of the muezzin echoed through the air, a hauntingly beautiful sound that seemed to transcend time. In the distance, the call from the Hagia Sophia answered, creating a spiritual symphony between the two legendary monuments. I watched as locals and visitors alike paused in silence, some heading towards the mosque for prayer, others simply absorbing the moment. The atmosphere was peaceful, almost sacred. A night stroll and final reflection. As darkness settled, the mosque was illuminated by soft golden lights, its silhouette mirrored in the fountains of Sultan Ahmed Square. I decided to take a slow walk around the area, stopping by the nearby Arasta Bazaar, where artisans sold handmade ceramics inspired by the mosque's tiles. I even bought a small blue tile as a keepsake, a piece of the Blue Mosque to take home with me. I realized that the Blue Mosque is more than just a tourist attraction. It's a living symbol of Istanbul's soul. It stands as a testament to faith, art, and the legacy of the Ottoman Empire. As I made my way back to my hotel, I felt a deep sense of gratitude. Visiting the Blue Mosque was not just about seeing a beautiful structure, it was about experiencing history, spirituality, and the magic of Istanbul itself. Final thoughts. My visit to the Blue Mosque was an unforgettable journey. Whether you are a history enthusiast, an architecture lover, or a traveler in search of beauty, this mosque will leave an imprint on your heart. If you ever find yourself in Istanbul, make sure to heavy checkmarked, visit early in the morning to avoid crowds. Heavy checkmark, dress modestly to respect the mosque's traditions. Heavy checkmark, take time to sit, reflect, and absorb the spiritual atmosphere. Heavy checkmark, explore the surrounding area, including the Hagia Sophia and the Basilica Cistern. Istanbul is a city of wonders, and the Blue Mosque is its crown jewel. Glow showing Europe Africa sparkles.